Is that Irish?
Yeah, I think so.
It looks if you look at it, it looks like.
I mean, I know my husband has Irish in him and also German. So
that's a very common combination. The Irish-German thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Scots-Irish, Irish-German. There's a lot of that around here.
Matt, I got a question for you. Are we on?
We are.
Okay.
And we have three watchers at Glocker Realty and Insurance. So people are starting to find the show and tune in.
Matt, have we broken any records on the amount of people watching the show yet?
Not yet.
We're getting there, I'm sure.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
So we're live on Glocker Realty Insurance. I also sent the show over to Jeff with Glocker Realty. So if you're friends with Jeff on Facebook, you can see him there. And we're also on YouTube, Glocker Realty and Insurance on YouTube. Don't forget, folks, we're really looking for the subscribers over there on YouTube. And when you go to our YouTube channel, Glocker Realty and Insurance, you're going to see all kinds of listing videos, all the promotional videos that we've been doing for our show.
Right.
They're fabulous.
They are. And you get to look in people's houses.
Inside,
you get to walk through virtually.
Yes.
Yep.
So check that out in addition to seeing the past episodes of the Cast at Glocker, which is the show that you're watching now. Today, we are with Rachel from the Peppermint Stick Candy Store.
Yes, hi everyone.
And if you don't remember the name, just look at her mask.
It's right on her mask.
It says it right there. Yep.
I was just
advertising.
And it's also up on the screen. We have her logo up on the screen. We are on, what's the address here?
26 East Philadelphia Avenue.
26 East Philadelphia Avenue in the lovely borough of Boyertown. This is where the Peppermint Stick Candy Store is located.
Unfortunately, you can't stop by and get candy right now because it closed at 6 o'clock, right in time for the show.
Right.
But you can come tomorrow at 11?
Yep.
11 a.m.?
Yep, we're open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 6, and then Sunday, 11 to 4. And then, like every business in Boyertown, we're closed on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Boyertown-wide thing?
Pretty much. I mean,
is it?
I know the lawyers' offices and stuff are open, but all the retail shops.
Can you explain this? Because you are on the Historical Society, so I think you might have some insight to the history of this Monday phenomenon.
Well, I guess, we just need a break, too. I always laugh because on Sundays and Mondays, like, if you go to the grocery store, you see all the other business owners at the stores because it's like, that's our weekend.
Yeah.
Like, normal people's weekends are Saturdays and Sundays, but ours is like Sunday and then definitely Monday.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, when I was a kid, everything was closed on early on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like I'm not so old that there wasn't anything open, but there was a lot that was closed and a lot of things closed early on Sunday.
Yeah.
And that's gone away
sure.
Completely, pretty much.
Well, I would say there's like a 50-50 split here in town. Like I'm open on Sundays, but I know like the bookstore is closed, Patsy's is closed on Sundays, but we're open because like the train's running on Sundays.
Right.
There's other stuff going on.
Yeah, you definitely want to take advantage of that, right?
Yeah,
because you're part of that whole thing that
tourism.
Well, the whole old, they go for the old timey train and you come to the old timey candy store.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's all part of the thing. I was just saying to Jennifer Seville, who says that she walks to the candy store all the time, that downtown Boyertown's got some great walkability.
Oh, totally.
So if you live in Boyertown, I mean, what is it? The furthest it could be is 3 or 4 blocks away.
Yeah.
You come down here, go to the Peppermint Stick. You got a couple different restaurants to choose from. You have the historic train ride, the libraries down here, on and on and on.
Yeah.
It's a nice little walkable borough you got.
Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, you have a pizza shop too.
Oh, I forgot about the pizza shop.
You have a couple pizza shops.
3 that I can think of right here in town.
3 right here, walkable from the train.
Yeah, you would think it would be all Pennsylvania Dutch restaurants, but no.
Yeah, where's the funnel cake stand?
Maybe we'll have to talk to the grind about making a funnel cake meatball. Like a funnel cake ball.
Oh,
Instead of meat, make
yes.
it like some kind of fried donut or something.
Well,
Keith, that were giving ideas.
That was a Pennsylvania Dutch restaurant at one point. It was Seville.
Yes.
So it's kind of going along with that.
Right.
Keeping the history alive.
I used to go to Seville's, the Covered Bridge. Mm-hmm. I used to go there all the time when I was younger. It was a great place.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, here we are in the candy store.
Yeah.
It's got those great old-time penny candy store feel. You have ice cream here too, right?
Yes, we do. We carry Bassett's ice cream, which is amazing. They're the ice cream shop in the Reading Terminal Market in Philadelphia.
Oh, cool.
So they're the first branded ice cream in America, and their recipes are still the same. So it's amazing. So I'll have to let you guys taste test some then before you go.
All right.
If we must.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'll force it
Don't
upon
shucks.
you.
Don't twist my arm. So what's the hot flavor this week? What's the newest Bassett's ice cream flavor you got going?
Well, we do special Sundays. So, of course, this week we're doing special St. Patrick's Day Sundays. So we have a pot of gold Sunday. We had an over the rainbow Sunday. This wasn't a Sunday, but we also started doing like the new hot candy right now is, well, not necessarily candy, but it's a glitter bomb. So
the bombs.
Yeah, well,
the bomb's the bomb.
Yeah, hot chocolate bombs were the big thing. Like we made so many hot chocolate bombs. Me and my employees were like dreaming about them at nighttime. I actually saw a TikTok video, and it was another bakery, and she was making hot chocolate bombs, and it was like the first 200 orders, and it was like la 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 la, like sprinkling the sprinkles, and then it was like 5,000 orders later, and she's like screaming. I was like,
I had a chocolate
Yeah.
hot cocoa bomb.
Is it good?
Oh yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, the big thing is it like cracks open and
It's
the
cool to watch.
marshmallows like pop out.
Oh,
So that's the
okay.
fun part of it. But we found another like bomb. It's a glitter bomb. So it's made of cotton candy.
Right.
And you drop it in the top of a soda or champagne, and it fizzes and bubbles, and there's edible glitter. So it makes your drink look really cool, like with glitter in it.
Yeah.
So we were doing those too. We also have them for sale. Like you can
Okay.
take them home and do them.
So for like a party or a special occasion, you can get yourself a glitter bomb.
Matt, I
Yeah.
don't mean to interrupt, but I just got a message that the guest mic is not correct for some reason.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to move it closer to her. So sometimes people who aren't used to projecting their voice talk
Right.
into the mask, and it might be a little bit muffled. So give me a second here. We're going to get Rachel closer to her mic, and then I'm going to turn the mic settings up.
Okay.
I have to be careful because if I turn them up too much, you're going to get distortion,
Yeah.
and you're not going to like that either.
No, definitely
So
not.
we're trying to split the difference, so to speak.
Okay.
So keep talking.
So Rachel, can I ask you this? What started you in candy?
Well, I had worked for a catering company for over 11 years, and when the economy crashed, she closed the business.
Okay.
So I didn't really, like, I did go to school for phlebotomy and medical assistant, and but I was making more money working for the catering company at the time. So I'd worked like a couple different jobs, just part-time because my kids were younger.
Okay.
And, they got a little bit older. My daughter was in junior high. And I thought, my whole family is all entrepreneurs. So I'd really like to have my own business. So I thought, well, now's the time. We're not relying on my income. Like, I don't have a full-time income. So I can do this now or I'm never going to do it. So
Right.
the one day I was in town, and actually I saw people get off the Colbrookdale Railroad. They were on this was like the first year they just started doing rides. And I saw them like walk out to the main street, and they looked up and they looked down. They were like looking for somewhere to go after
Right,
the train.
sure.
And I thought, well, this is going to be a big thing in Boyertown. Like, how can I, capture what's going on here and like take advantage of these people that are coming into town? And I thought, like, what kind
Taking
of
advantage in a good way. Just
Yes, exactly. Well, taking advantage of the new tourism
Right,
that was
sure.
happening. And I thought every tourist town has a candy store. So I thought that would really go perfect. Boyertown's very historic. The people that are coming into town as a tourist is historic. And also the locals would really enjoy this as well. And
Yeah.
plus, I mean, who doesn't like candy?
Who doesn't like candy?
So,
You're right.
so I just, I pretty much did a crazy thing, and I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try. We started out on Washington Street in a much smaller location. We didn't have ice cream at the time.
Okay.
And I was really,
And how long ago was that?
actually, on March 13th, it was our 6-year anniversary.
Okay.
So it's just been 6 years now.
Good.
So, but yeah, I was very lucky. My husband actually is a carpenter, so he built all the displays for me. So, like, everything you see here is made of, like, antique wood.
Oh wow.
So that if I didn't have him, I wouldn't have been able to do this, because to have someone build all this and have to pay for all the material and pay for the labor, I don't think I could have afforded it.
So he made all the display cases and everything there.
Yeah. Yep. So everything.
And I think that's all in the shot too. I think the people at home can see.
Yep. And the big thing too was the penny candy section. I mean,
yeah,
that was the other thing too. It was really important to me because, like, my kids were, my daughter was in junior high, my son was still in elementary school, but they just started changing things. Like, the kids didn't bring lunch money in anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they started doing those accounts. And I thought, how are kids going to learn how to handle money? Like, they have no concept. Like, I remember yelling at my daughter, like, you can't get double lunch and a snack. And it's like,
right.
You just spent like $12 just in one day on lunch,
But it was easy because you just give them a number or you give them the card.
Yeah. So I just remembered when I was a kid, my parents would take me to Zern's, and my dad would give me a couple dollars. Yeah. And I remember they had like different colored tape depending on like if it was a nickel or 10 cents. So I wanted kids to have that same experience still and give them the opportunity to like make those decisions. Do I want, 25 cents things or $1 item?
Right.
So, I mean, I think that's important for kids to do still.
That's great. Yeah. We talk about it kind of, not all the time, but I mean, when we bring up Zern's, we always bring up the penny candy store because that was the first, me and my brothers darted right to that.
Mm-hmm.
I grew
remember that?
I grew up in Pottstown. I do remember the candy store at Zern's. We didn't go to the candy store when I was at Zern's because I grew up in Pottstown, and I grew up on Hanover Street between Walnut and Chestnut. And right at the corner of Walnut and Hanover, there was a place called Hatfield Store, which was a penny candy store.
Oh, nice.
So this is before the days of like Wawa and Turkey Hill and all of that stuff. So you could go down to Hatfield's and get your penny candy, and he sold sodas, and it was like a little grocery store, He had some grocery items. But we were allowed to go to Hatfield's on Sunday after we got out of church. If me and my brother were good at church, we'd get some money.
That was your prize.
That was our prize.
Nice.
So I grew up there. But I do remember the candy stores at Zern's. But when we went to Zern's when I was growing up, my mom used to go there for produce and some of the meat. She liked the one poultry shop that they had there.
My parents definitely went for the meats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because there's something about candy that just always like induces memories for people. Because that's the one fun thing about, working here is people will come in, they'll be like, oh, I remember when I was a kid and we used to do this, or exactly like you remember going to that penny candy store after church. Or,
yeah, right.
So it really does make memories that last a long time.
Right. And this is a neat feel. I heard you talking about the handcrafted. Your husband made all the cabinetry and the things, and it does have like an old time candy store feel to it, which is really neat.
And when we were in earlier, they're playing the old music, the oldies.
They were playing the oldies, and then you could really make an experience for somebody by bringing them to a place like this, and then getting on the train, and really kind of have some experience of like a turn of the century kind of day. Yeah, it's kind of neat. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm totally into it.
I think the neat thing is too, like I often have people that are staying over at the Twin Turrets, which is beautiful, an old Victorian inn, and they come and they ride the train. They come over here, and we also have the car museum, which is amazing.
Oh yeah,
the Historical Society, which obviously I'm part of. We have a really neat museum there, and then they're opening the new Carl Spaatz Museum. So, like, if you're into history, Boyertown is really becoming the place to come and visit and spend some time
for
here.
Sure. We had the ladies from the car museum on one of our previous episodes. It was a great episode. They also have a couple of shows that they do on YouTube, so you should check them out. It's really entertaining stuff that they're doing there.
Yeah,
so
Kendra and Autumn are great.
They are super into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually talking with them right now. 2 years ago, I think it was now, we went over, and some of my girls, they'll dress up like vintage with like the paper hats and roll their hair, like do the victory rolls and stuff, and they did hot chocolate in the diner.
In the diner, yes.
Yeah, so we're talking with them right now. They're going to have, for Women's History, they're doing a Rosie the Riveter.
Okay.
And they I didn't realize this, but there's actually roses named after Rosie the Riveter.
Okay.
And they acquired some, so they're going to plant them and they're going to do this big like dedication. But we're going to go over and the girls are going to dress up like Rosie the Riveters and give out sodas or something like that. We're still talking about the details, but we're really excited about that.
That's super
This
neat.
is off the subject a little bit, but I saw it. To tell the truth, you ever see that show, that game show, To Tell the Truth? Will the real blah 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 please stand up?
Okay.
And there's three people, and one of them is the real person.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched the one it was Rosie the Riveter.
Okay.
She's still alive, or she was at the time, which is only a year or two ago.
I think she is, because we also set up at World War II weekend up in Reading. So we set up a 1940s candy store up there, and I'm pretty positive this is the same lady, but she's like the Rosie the Riveter. She gives out like little
She
cards
was the
and
person
stuff.
that character was built on.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Really, there was millions of Rosie
Yes.
the
right.
Rivers.
Yes.
She's the one that
Yep.
there's a picture of. I believe
Yes.
there's a picture.
Yeah.
well, and I guess that's the neat thing too, because there were a lot of women that worked over at the Boyertown Body Works
Yes.
during that time. So I think that's like really, who they're trying to acknowledge. throughout
Absolutely.
this.
And in case you didn't know, March is Women's History Month.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good call, Matt.
No problem.
Yeah.
Just trying to throw that out there.
And look, here you guys are with a woman.
There you go. A woman, a lady boss.
That's
Yep.
right.
And there's plenty of lady bosses.
There's plenty of lady bosses,
There
but we're
is.
sitting with one.
Actually,
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I say this sometimes to the other business owners, but really, if you look around, Boyertown is like run by women. Like
Okay.
like most of the
we
store
have
owners
Margie
are
that
women.
was on.
Yeah.
We have Happy
We-
Zen
Yeah,
over
Yeah,
there.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I mean, look, even at the car museum, you have the two
The
ladies
two ladies
there.
there.
they're
The library is run by a
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
The mayor is a lady.
That's
See,
right.
That's what I'm telling you. Like the
Yeah.
women are rocking it here in Boyertown.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So it seems to me like you're pretty well connected with what's going on in town, and you're working with these other businesses and everything to promote your store, promote Boyertown, everything else. That's exactly why we developed the Cast at Glocker, to promote this cooperation between businesses, nonprofits, organizations, to help get the word about what's going on here. And I know that you have a list of things that you want to do or talk about, and I want to make sure that we hit all that stuff. And then Jen Seville sent us some photos. I'm going to put those up on the slide.
Sure.
And I know 2 of the slides are dedicated to some of the work that you do with the Girl Scouts. So why don't you talk about how you support the community and how you support the Girl Scouts? I'll put that slideshow up.
Sure.
And then we can work through your list of things that you want to get to.
Yeah. Well, one thing is I really love collaborating with the other businesses and the other groups. So right now I am the president of the Boyertown Historical Society. So that's kind of like my baby right now. That's where I would say I'm trying to put most of my volunteer time into.
Right.
But I have volunteered as a board member of BMBA. I ran a merchant group for a while through Building a Better Boyertown. So I really just enjoy like working together, because
You are definitely involved.
yeah, we found that when you have an event, if multiple people are partnering, you have like if you do it yourself, you might have 100 people, but if you have 5 people, you have 500.
Right.
So it really works well, and I just think there's just a nice group of people around here to work with.
Right.
So, but we did just have our event, our Girl Scout Sunday celebration. So, my daughter was in Girl Scouts when she was younger, and her Girl Scout leader, her name's Sharon Smith, just is the most wonderful lady, and she does a lot of volunteer work too. She helps organize on Martin Luther King Day. They do a volunteer day where people come out and volunteer. I know a couple years ago they cleaned up all the Christmas trees that were in the flower pots. But it gives the kids an opportunity to help the community. But she's the leader of the Girl Scout troop right here in town. So normally the girls come out and they set up a cookie booth out front.
Right.
And then you can come in. We do usually 4 or 5 different Sundays every year. And of course they're cookie themed.
Right.
And we give 50 cents from each Sunday back to the troop.
Okay.
So, I mean, I have to say, I think the girls really like coming here because,
Right.
of course, they come and get the sundaes.
Yeah.
And the candy. I mean, that's better than like setting up at just a random place.
Redner's or
Yeah,
something
right.
like
At
that.
the front door of the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is people are so happy to come here. And I think that's been really nice, too. Like, through COVID, I think people are looking for something to like brighten their day up a little bit.
Sure, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I think that we've been able to do that for people, and I think,
Candy brightens up everybody's day.
Yeah, I mean, I have people come in all the time, and they're like, I just am having the worst day. I just need a couple chocolates, So, or actually, the other day, I went into the medicine shop, and they're giving out the COVID vaccine, and there was just line. There was a lot of people in there waiting to get their vaccine, and I could tell the staff was like having a rough time.
Right, little overworked,
Yeah. So
overstressed.
I went up and I did a little box of chocolates and left it on the desk.
Oh,
for
that's
them.
nice.
I mean, that's important. I mean,
Yeah.
they're really helping
Oh,
by
yeah,
doing
absolutely.
this. So I
Helping
was
all
like,
of society.
if they need a couple chocolates to make it through the day,
Yeah,
that's an easy thing for me to do.
Yes.
So.
You know what your story reminds me of? The beginning of Willy Wonka when they're in the candy shop. The
when he
original
gets
Willy
the
Wonka.
golden ticket.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
where
yeah.
it goes in.
Yeah.
Well, when my husband and I decided to do this, like we went around and we looked up like any candy store, like even into New Jersey, and then we like took a couple days just driving around to different places that sold candy, and the one thing we realized, it was mostly chocolate shops, and they were geared towards adults.
Right.
We wanted it to be like this, like an old-fashioned candy shop.
Yeah.
So that was important to us.
And you have a little bit for both, for kids and for adults.
Oh
correct?
yeah, well we have the chocolates still.
Yeah,
I
you
mean-
definitely have the chocolates.
Yeah.
Because you have a gigantic Easter bunny, which we'll talk about
Yes.
in a little bit. But yeah, you have it all here. I mean, you got ice cream. I remember. I think it was in the maybe it's for Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
You had milkshakes you were giving away.
Oh, root beer floats.
Oh,
yes.
is that what it was? Root beer
yes,
floats?
we were doing
Yeah.
free root beer floats for the dads. Yeah.
Do you do that normally? I mean, do you have something? Do you have root beer floats
Yeah,
normally?
yeah, we have root beer floats, and we actually we'll do the brown cow. We have a chocolate covered cherry float, a Shirley Temple float. So we have those all year, and then usually once a year we do a bigger event called Float Frenzy, and we'll have all different flavors of soda, and we'll have extra floats, or you can create your own float. So that's another thing that we do.
Nice.
But yeah, for the Father's Day, my husband always says the dads get ripped off. He's like, oh, the moms get flowers, and it's such a big deal. And he's like, the dad, you give him a tie. So I was like, the guys kind of do get robbed a little bit. So that's why I thought, what, I'm going to do free floats for the dads.
Yeah, I
So-
thought that was great. I mean, if I had time, I would have stopped by. 'Cause
Yeah.
I love,
Super
I
nice.
love root beer floats.
Yeah.
Is Eugene Keeler your husband?
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
he's accepting thanks for all the praise that you're
Oh.
giving him.
Well,
I can see his comments.
I might need him to build me some more displays, so I got to keep him on my good side.
Yeah,
That's
that'd
right.
be extra nice. He might need another root beer float.
That's right. I might bring him one home tonight to butter him up.
And on warmer days, you have seating outside these tables you put
Yes,
outside.
yeah. So I always have some tables and chairs out front, and then once it's warmer, we used to have these inside the store, but actually this was kind of like a positive when we couldn't have indoor seating. We started putting the tables and chairs out here in the breezeway,
Yeah.
which actually is a really great place to sit out because you're back off the road a little bit.
Right.
It's really pretty back there, with the trees, and then Patsy, has those twinkling lights in her doorway, and so it's a really nice spot to sit out. So it kind of forced us to try something new, and it turned out to be, a positive.
We're
we
hearing
hear that a lot, right?
over and
Yeah.
yes, almost every episode with all different types of businesses and the nonprofits and the organizations too. They're all saying that one of the silver linings of COVID was that they're now trying things that they might not have ever tried before.
Yeah.
And they're actually having success with the things that they're trying. It's
Yeah.
making people think outside of the box in new ways.
Yeah.
And we're hearing from the people that are trying new things and thinking outside of the box and opening up their comfort zones, they're having success with it. And it's helping them get through what might otherwise be a disastrous
Right,
time.
right.
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, I agree with that. A long time ago, I was listening to a business podcast or something, and it said, when things change, you either change and grow or you die.
Right.
Right.
So I always keep that in my mind because I think they were talking about advertising on Facebook. The older people are like, oh, I don't know how to do that, and
Right.
then they don't utilize it, and then they start dying.
Right.
Yes,
you always
right,
have
their
to
business.
figure out,
You have to keep
what's-
moving forward.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
why when you guys were setting up, you were talking with my employee Paxton, which is younger. So I said to her, Paxton, quick, make us a TikTok. Like, I don't know anything about this, but I know we need it. Like,
Right,
We
right.
got to
Yeah,
keep moving forward here.
In business, you can't set it and forget it,
Yep.
right?
No, I don't think
can't
so.
do that.
I think you have to continuously be working forward and coming up with new ideas, and maybe, like I said before, maybe that's been one of the silver linings in the cloud of this pandemic.
Yeah.
Before we get to the events that you have coming up, you had this Breakable Heart for Valentine's Day. Can you? I don't know anything about it. I just saw it on Facebook. Can you explain?
So that is definitely another TikTok thing. So, I mean, in the candy industry, TikTok has been huge for us.
Okay.
So, I mean, people are just doing like tastings of candy, and it's like blowing it up. Like, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but the new thing is now, which FYI, I can't get them yet. So, just so everybody knows, I don't have them, but the slime liquors, it's like, do you know the old deodorant that used to have like the ball in it?
Yeah.
It's just that, and it has sour slime in it.
Okay.
I guess the kids empty it out, and they'll put like orange juice in it or milk, and then they roll it and stuff. Yeah. But it's like, I can't, like, I've been trying to get those. They're like sold out everywhere.
Oh,
but
yeah.
the Breakable Hearts, I guess Kim Kardashian started this on her TikTok.
Okay.
But it's like a shell of a heart, and then
Is it this big?
Yeah, it's about, I would say it's a good size. We put it in I think it's a 20-inch pie pan, like container.
Okay.
So it's a big size. But it's like for Valentine's Day, we were filling them with different like Valentine's Day gummies and chocolates.
Okay.
And then you get a little hammer, and then you just hit the hammer and break it, and then you can, you eat everything. So I guess because it's like interactive, and who doesn't like to smash stuff,
Right.
So we still can make them. We can make them all year, but you will just have to pre-order them.
Yeah.
You just would need to know at the least a day before.
Okay,
So-
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
like you
that's-
could make anything or only hearts.
I just have a heart mold.
Okay.
We were looking into getting an Easter egg one, which I haven't gotten around to that yet. So if I come across it and I get my act together, I will post that on Facebook.
Well,
or
I think you have
Instagram.
your act together already. But
Well, I at least like to make everyone think that.
all right, that's all that matters.
Yep.
As long as they
Perception,
think it.
right?
Yes, yes. So you said Girl Scouts, and you had the cotton. And we talked about the cotton candy live, or did we not talk
No,
about
We
I
it?
did
don't-
not talk
no,
about
I
that
don't
yet.
think so.
And there's a picture of the cotton candy live up on the screen for people that are watching the show. They can see the cotton candy machine.
And is that another TikTok thing, or is that?
No. So I mean, we just maybe like 6 or 8 months ago, we purchased the cotton candy machine.
Right.
So I pretty much figured for once we start doing events again. But we are offering now, since people are starting to have like events again, you can actually hire us to come out to your party or your event, and we'll make cotton candy live for you for 2 hours.
Did you hear that, kids?
Yep. So if you're having a birthday party, I mean, if you want to be the talk of the school, I mean, how much cooler
Yeah.
could you get if you have unlimited cotton candy?
at your party.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
I'm having that party at the park. That ain't happening at my house, man.
Oh, come on, fun.
Can you imagine 12, 20 kids
All jacked up.
on cotton candy?
Well, I have to tell you, I do laugh because sometimes, like, the parents come in and I feel like the kids are just like breathing the sugar in through the air.
Yes,
'Cause
yeah.
They're like, I think they're just so excited.
Excited.
They're like, and the parents are like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." And I'm like, "No, like this is what we want. We want
Yeah.
the kids to come in and have fun." Like, my favorite quote, and I've heard it a couple times now, is, "This is the best day of my life." That's my favorite quote. But we also, as I talked a little bit about the glitter bombs, those are made of cotton candy. The other thing is, last Friday, we decided we were going to just do live cotton candy on Friday from 3 to 6, and that was really popular. So we're going to keep doing that on
Every Friday?
Yeah, on Fridays from 3 to 6
Cool.
o'clock. Like, you can come in, and you can make an order. We did get a new flavor too. Last week we just had the pink is vanilla and the blue is blue raspberry.
Okay.
But we got in cherry too.
Okay.
And we have made
Can you get a vanilla, cherry, blueberry swirl?
well, I don't know if it would be swirl, but you could mix the flavors like in one cotton candy.
You'd have to make, like, you know what I mean? You'd have
Yeah.
to do it and then switch the thing and then...
But
Yeah.
or she could just mix the powder together.
Together,
together.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, You know,
Well, if it becomes a big hit, just remember who started it.
You know, Paxton is my cotton candy girl. And, you know, I have seen online, there's some pretty crazy, like, cotton candy artists. They make animals and stuff.
Oh, my God.
So I'm going to, like, challenge her. I'm going to be like, Paxton, I think you can do this.
And then put it on
Yes.
TikTok.
That's
Yes.
right.
For all the
That's
kids to
right.
see.
That's right.
So we have also, for the adults, we have made alcohol-flavored cotton candy, too.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, so we did Building a Better
Pina colada?
Boyertown. We did do pina colada. Yeah, I did pina
did I know?
colada, rum. I have a wine, a red wine.
And this is a flavored cotton candy?
Yeah, yep. So BBB had a comedy event at the park in the fall, so we made we pre-made that. Tubs of it, because that was an all-adult event.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, like, if we can have the wine walks again in Boyertown, you know, we'll make it for that again as well.
I could try the pina colada. I mean, because
Yeah, that's a good flavor. Yeah.
But then I would be like, too. My kids would be like, I'd be like, It'd be a whole thing. So, events coming up. We were just talking about the gigantic chocolate bunny that's back there. Whoops.
Yeah, people should be able to see that.
They should be able to see it. Now-
I'll turn the slideshow off so they're not distracted.
Just so the people at home know, that's like 20 feet away. That is probably a 2.5, 3 foot.
Oh, at least 3
bunny.
foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
at least
3 foot bunny?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's about 40 pounds of
40
chocolate.
pounds
Yes.
of chocolate.
It's huge. Like, it was, when I brought that home, I actually had to seatbelt it in the car seat. Like, I put a seatbelt on it.
It had a little baby seat, like
Yeah.
a booster seat.
Yeah.
No, it would have hit the ceiling if I used a booster seat. Well, that's what, like, a couple people were like, how would I get it home? It's like, you just seatbelt it in.
Strap in, chocolate bunny. We're going for a ride.
Yeah. So last year, obviously, we didn't do anything because we were closed, but we do this every year. So we have raffled off other Godzillas. We also occasionally it's a giant coconut cream egg. I forget how big it is, but it's like bigger than this table.
Man.
I'm really hoping this year, though, a kid wins it, because so far it's always been adults.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the guy who won the coconut cream egg. I called him and told him he won, and he was here in like 10 minutes. He was so happy. So
Was it Chopper? Chopper.
It was a Chopper.
no.
We haven't heard from Chopper
No,
for
we
a
haven't
while.
heard
He's
from
being
Chopper for a
quiet on
while.
the other
He's
end.
busy over at the state, man. He's
Yeah.
keeping
The
the,
state's
he's
they're
keeping the
doing
news
Right,
good.
Chopper does come in often. I mean, he is just really a nice guy.
He is.
When we were
He's a
closed
great guy.
down, he actually came in and bought, like, I can't even tell you how many gift cards from us. And I know he, like, gave some to the ambulance, like, just to give out to
He's
people.
always doing stuff around
Yeah,
town
so, I mean,
for the community and for
the
the
businesses really appreciated that, because that was really a scary time for everybody.
Sure. Yeah.
So.
So how do you win? Like, what's the contest?
Yep. So anytime you come into the store, we have a little area. We have the raffle tickets. You just fill out your name, phone number, email, and put it in. And then it's March 28th. We're going to choose a winner. So you'll have it a week before Easter. You know, whatever you may do with it.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
So we'll pick the winner out from that. And there's no limit. Every time you come in, you can enter again. So the more you shop, the more chances you have to win.
And no
Gotcha.
purchase necessary?
Nope.
Cool.
We're just glad to have you come in the door. So
Yeah.
But yeah,
Once you come in,
Yeah, how are you going to walk away without anything?
occasionally that happens.
and they even have
but-
drinks here too, man. I'd be stopping in for the A Treat and the Reading
Yeah,
sodas.
the old-
I love
old-
those.
yeah,
things.
I love 'em.
Black A Treat, black cherry.
cherry?
Oh,
I love
my
it.
god, dude!
Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
I will walk. I'll walk a couple of blocks for that. I might have to take a break one day at Glocker
Well, that's
and walk down here
Yeah.
for an A Treat, man.
I mean, that's
love
only
that
like a
stuff.
couple blocks,
It's
right?
only, yeah. I'll be in. I'll be in for my A Treat.
That's
and
great.
those Reading sodas are really good too.
Yes,
I like
actually,
both
they
of
just
those.
came out with a blackberry, or it's blackberry and cream.
Yes.
And that's my favorite right now.
I tried that. My girlfriend and I tried that, and it was really good. I'm not usually into the cream or the vanilla flavors, but
Yeah.
that blackberry cream from Reading,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah,
They if you go to their place in Reading, the brewery, they have tap right there.
Yeah.
No
You can tap
kidding.
they always have some tap like 4 or 5 flavors. Tapped.
Where is this?
Reading.
Okay.
Yeah, it's,
I'll have to look
I'm
it
trying
up.
to think. I don't remember
What do
the
you-
name either.
I can't think of the name of the road
If you
that's
Google
off
it,
of.
it'll give you the
Yeah.
address. But they also sell wine and beer making
They
supplies
do,
there.
yeah. That's why I
Yeah,
know
so
about
it
them.
is open to the public.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, Boyertown's so much closer.
Well,
Right.
sure. But
Right.
sometimes it's good to go to the source.
True. And then you can like
Fresh
I
off
think-
the tap.
I think they do little samples too. They have like little
Nice.
cup. Well, they did. I don't know.
My
now with
point
COVID,
is the
but-
Reading sodas are really good, and if you want a local place to come and get them, stop in at the Peppermint Stick.
Yep.
Yes.
While you're here, sign up to win Godzilla and
Gigantic bunny.
gigantic bunny, and work with the Easter bunny to have it delivered.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah, so you also are making pre-made Easter baskets?
Yeah,
Correct?
so we have a direct line to the Easter Bunny. So anyone who's looking for suggestions, if you know what candy your kids like, you can give us a call and let us know, and put your Easter Bunny orders in directly through
That's
us.
pretty cool.
Yep.
That's
what she's
really
saying
cool.
is they're the local distributor for the Easter bunny.
That's pretty
right.
cool. I kind of always wondered how that worked. Now,
Yep.
I
Now
know.
you know.
Yeah, so last year we did some really fun baskets, like dinosaurs, unicorn baskets. Like we can do Paw Patrol. I really love doing like the themed baskets. Like that really gets me excited.
Yeah.
so that's much more fun than just throw some jelly beans, or it kind of gives me a little bit of a challenge. Like, oh, what can I pull together to make this work in the theme?
Right.
So, but yeah, if you just let us know like what candies the person likes, or what theme they like, and then whatever your budget is, then we can.
And the
talk to Easter
grandparents and
Bunny.
stuff out there, like my in-laws and my parents get my children an Easter basket as well.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Hey, I
that's a
even
good
have-
idea for them.
I have a couple customers. Like one lady, she's so cute. She calls me every year, and she's like, "I know my kids are grown." She's like, "But just do like vintage candy for me." She's like, "I don't care. I still want to give them an Easter
My
basket."
mom still gives me an Easter basket.
See?
Yes.
Now, see, wouldn't you be disappointed if you didn't get your basket?
Yes.
See?
I still get something from my mom too.
See? It's a thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it really brings joy when you get to give that, when you put effort, you put the thought into it for someone,
Right.
So,
Yeah. So we got. What time? What
I
time
don't
do we
know.
have?
What do we?
Do we have anybody
cover everything?
chatting on?
Yeah,
the
there's some
Facebook?
people. Looks like Rachel's husband is now he sees how much fun his wife is having, so he's angling for an interview for his business. So I put him in contact with Jen Seville, which is a good segue. If you are a business owner here in Boyertown or the surrounding area, or you're part of a nonprofit or organization or a church, and you'd like to come on the cast at Glocker, just email Jen at glocker.com. She'll connect with you and get you scheduled on to the show. We want to talk to
We would
as
love
many,
to talk to you, right?
as many businesses, nonprofits, and organizations as we possibly can. So Doreen Pennypacker is saying that this is one of her favorite places, the Peppermint Stick.
oh, thank you, Doreen.
Yum, sounds good. I told her that Rachel is giving us the scoop on what's happening. See what I did there?
I like that. I like it, man.
Yeah.
I might use that on a Facebook
There you
post.
do it.
I even might do a
Do it.
picture of our scooper.
I'm giving you the scoop. And we do have some people watching on YouTube. I do want to thank everybody who is watching us on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. I do want to let people know it does not cost you any money to hit that subscribe button.
No.
It's not taking even a single penny out of your pocket.
Not even a penny.
But you will get a notification if you turn the notification bell on when we're live on the air or when Glocker Realty and Insurance posts a new video.
Yeah.
So you'll be
Why
able
wouldn't
to
you want that, right?
Why would you not want to see what the hottest listings in the area
The
are?
hottest listings in the area.
Or
Yeah.
hear Matt Green and Jeff Frederick talk to lovely business owners like Rachel.
Yep.
Do it.
Right. Was there anything else you wanted to get to before we move on to the next segment?
What's the address again? Because
That's a good-
I have
yeah.
Shannon Lynn is saying that she's not been to the store yet, so we should give her the address so she knows exactly where to come.
Yep, it's 26 East Philadelphia Avenue in Boyertown. And I would like to note, when you're coming into town, We do have a giant parking lot right behind our store. So there is on-street parking, but the parking lot behind me is free. And it's nice. You don't have to cross the road or anything like that then. So
And it really is. It's a big parking lot, so there's definitely parking spaces open for you.
Yeah, I mean, I usually always can park in the first couple rows. Like, if you have to park all the way in the back, then it's a busy day. So
Right.
I've never not been able to park in there.
Right.
Nice.
So
come on down. Check them out at 26 East Philadelphia Avenue, the lovely borough of Boyertown.
The Peppermint Stick Candy Store.
There you go.
Yep. So, are you ready to move on?
Sure. Is there anything else for the good of the order?
no, I think that's it. Thank you, guys.
Okay, no problem. Don't go anywhere because
Okay.
we need you to talk about what's going down in Boyertown, Jeff.
Well, Rachel, you may not know, but I have a blog that I put out each week that lists all the events that are happening in and around Boyertown.
I do know. I follow it.
Okay, very good. That's great to hear.
Nice.
That's great to hear.
And thank you for always putting my events on there. I
I
appreciate
try
that.
my best. I try my best. And if you ever want to make sure that I get it on, you just have to email me. Any business owners can email me.
Okay.
And that way they're sure it goes on. So in light of the holiday that we're having right now, it's St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. In light of the holiday, I think we're going to continue what we were kind of discussing last week, and that was we were talking about the luck of the Irish.
Okay.
Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And this week we'll just get into some just interesting facts about Ireland, St. Patrick's Day, America, Irish, all that stuff.
Gotcha.
So here are some facts for you, Matt. Okay, more Irish people are living abroad than they are in Ireland.
Okay.
There are 80 million Irish people outside of Ireland and around 6 million in Ireland.
Okay.
And 34,000, I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers here, 34,000 Americans reported as they had an Irish ancestry in the 2000 U.S. Census.
How many?
34,000.
That doesn't sound like a lot.
It doesn't sound like a lot.
No.
But
Are
on
Are you sure
St.
it's not
Patrick's
34
Day,
million?
No, it's 34,000.
Because I think that's like probably in Berks County. We have
Yeah,
that
I
I'm
many
challenging those numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
man.
know what?
That's way too low.
I agree with you, but I just copied and pasted.
Well, maybe because
Okay.
no one really cares to fill the census out. They're
Maybe
just like,
that's
all
it, but
right.
You listen.
But maybe they're saying full Irish.
Okay. I do want to say something about the census. It is
Okay.
too late now. I think the time is
It is
past.
too late now. Yes.
For every census form that's not filled out, it costs your community $2,400.
Yeah.
It's
That's a good fact.
$2,400 that your community will not get because you didn't fill out the census
Did you
form.
fill out the census?
I did.
I did.
So just wanted to throw that out there.
Rachel's
but anyway,
quiet over here.
I'm sure my husband did it.
yeah, it's you
Well,
want
I'm
you
not
really
having
want to do that.
fun. He's, sitting
Right.
at home. filling
So
out
So
anyway-
you know what? You're making a good
I
point.
think that's got to be too
34,000.
low. It has to be.
Unless they're just saying, but even full Irish, you think there's more than 34,000 in the country,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you what. Today,
Mm-hmm.
St. Patrick's Day, there's about
Everybody.
100 million.
Everybody claims to be Irish, right?
right.
I mean, I know for a fact, like, I'm not 100% Irish. Maybe that's what they meant. Like,
That's what I'm talking about. Full
100%.
That's what I'm
Irish.
thinking.
Okay. Then maybe that's different. I'm not like full blown or anything.
Right.
But my
No,
great
if they're talking about partial, it would be ungodly
it's got to
number.
be.
Yeah.
So my great grandfather, Hugh McGrogan, came from Ireland in 1875 to Philadelphia, and he was my direct Irish ancestor on my mom's side.
Right.
Then 2 years ago, on my dad's side, my aunt got her DNA thing tested, and she came back with like 17% Irish that we didn't really know about.
Okay.
Because my dad's black, so we weren't really thinking
Right.
that much Irish would pop up, but it did. So I'm actually way more Irish than we ever thought.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's interesting.
Aaron go bra.
There you go. Okay, so roughly 2% of people in Ireland speak Irish daily. So it's only 2%.
Gaelic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably like Pennsylvania Dutch. Like how many people around here?
Well,
Yeah, but that's
here's-
Pennsylvania
there's-
Dutch is
Yeah. So, but here's the story. There was once everyone knows the struggle between Ireland and England.
Yes.
Right. So that's what happened was when the English took over Ireland, they basically made it illegal to teach Gaelic in the schools.
Okay.
So there was an effort by the English to eradicate that culture, including the language.
It worked.
It did work.
Yeah.
It's very similar to what the Indians experienced.
Right.
You know, in the United States, they were sent to schools and they were made to convert to Christianity. They weren't allowed to speak their language or teach their children the language. It's kind of a sad story.
Yeah, that's a good similarity you put there with the Native Americans and with the
It's very similar
Irish.
to that, or almost like the blacks, the slaves that came over from Africa. They were banned from speaking their native tongues
Right.
when they were brought over and everything. Forced to give up the religion that they practiced, and so it's very similar to that.
Yeah.
And a lot of subjugated people over the course of the years have experienced that kind of treatment. But unfortunately, that's the history behind the lack of Gaelic speakers. Now, they just had, within the past 2 or 3 years, there was a law that was passed in Ireland that is going to reestablish Gaelic as one of the official languages of Ireland.
Oh, nice.
And they're hoping that will cause a resurgence of the language and then also of the culture,
Yeah.
the Celtic culture.
Cool. That's good to hear.
No problem.
Yeah. Ireland is known as the Emerald Isle. Do you know why?
Because it's so green.
That's right. It's that easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that had to be harder.
No trick questions here. St. Patrick, who everybody's celebrating today, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know the story behind?
I do, but go ahead and tell it.
No, I'm not going to tell the story. I'm going to tell you that he was actually born in Wales
Yeah, he's
and
one
not
of
in
Irish.
Ireland. Yeah. But can you do a quick story for...
Well, the idea is that he was a missionary. He was a priest, and he went to Ireland in order to spread the word of Christianity, because the Celtics were not Christians.
Right.
And he's given credit for driving the snakes out of Ireland.
Right.
Yeah. That's the very short thumbnail speech.
That's a very good. You did that well. In my readings today, I learned that there most likely wasn't snakes in Ireland ever anyway. Because it's too cold for them. Yeah. Well, you never know. Hey.
Part of it, too, is so now we get a little bit deeper into it. But part of that idea, too, is the serpent, the symbol of the serpent. Obviously, it's from the Bible, credits the devil for taking the form of the serpent in order to tempt Eve in the Garden of Eden. But then amongst the Celtic people and the Norse and the people that lived up, in the Northern Sea region, the Vikings, there was a lot of serpent symbolism wrapped up into their religious beliefs and their spirituality. So if you think about it, St. Patrick came to Ireland to spread Christianity, and he drove the snake, the symbol of the devil,
right,
but also the symbol of the indigenous religion that was there. There's that symbolism there that's going on.
It's getting deep.
That's a little bit deeper.
A little deeper.
The Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny is a little bit lighter fare.
Yeah. All right. So Ireland ranks 6th worldwide in the average consumption of beer per person. Who's 6th?
Okay. Who's number 1?
Who's number 1? The Czech Republic.
Okay.
And
Raquel.
do you want to guess another one that you might think?
Number 2?
No, I don't know who number 2 is.
Germany's
But Germany's
on
number
the list.
4.
Okay.
Okay. That's who my head went to. I thought it has to be Germany.
I think Germany
right?
might be number 1. The English like beer too, because they have that whole pub culture like Ireland does. You go to the pub after you're done work, you get a couple of pints.
Right.
Yeah.
Where do you think U.S. sits? Just throw a number out there.
I think it's probably not as high as you think, because when you go into like the South and the Bible Belt and you go out to the Midwest with the people that are a little more churchy, I think there's probably less drinking.
Throw a number out there.
I'm going to say 12. They're number 12.
12?
U.S. is 12 on the list.
Rachel?
I don't know.
Just-
I'll say 8. We'll throw 8.
20.
Oh.
Yeah,
All right.
number
I
20
was
on the
A
list.
little bit closer.
Okay, 10 million pints of Guinness are produced in Dublin every day. Here's 2 right here.
Holy
10 million a day.
That's awesome.
That's nutty, yeah. Let me see. Ireland is home of the oldest pub in the world. It opened in 900 AD, and it's still there.
It's still going.
Today. Yep.
That's
It's
awesome.
called Sean's Bar.
Okay.
You would think it'd be something like
Wait,
a
was that
little
what it
more
was called
Irish.
in 900 AD, though?
No, I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it's been running as a
Yeah.
pub ever since. I don't
That
I don't know if they
building.
used the word bar back then. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. There's an interesting story behind why they're called bars, but I'm not going to get into it right
No,
now.
well, that's for another day.
That's for another day.
Yeah.
But do you know it?
I do know parts of
Okay.
that story,
Okay.
too, yeah.
I learned that in Gettysburg.
Okay.
Yep. As we were sitting at a bar,
Okay.
there was bars there. Okay,
Yes.
that's all I'm saying. I'm done with it. Okay, the White House in America
Yeah.
was designed by an Irishman. It's interesting, right?
Who was that? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I was under the gun time wise.
Oh, okay.
I was getting these facts. So I
Frantically
didn't-
cutting and pasting at the last
yes,
minute.
exactly.
Gotcha.
Irish surnames that starts with Mac. Do you know what it
Yes,
means?
It means son of.
Yep. And do you know what O means?
It's also like of the family or of that.
It's grandson of.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So you know the McCormicks or the O'Reillys.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
My mom's maiden name is McGrogan,
So you're a son of.
son of Grogan, which means fierceness or fierce
Oh,
hair
cool.
in Celtic.
That's pretty cool. You scare me.
I guess
man.
my ancestors had some wild hair.
Oh, it's fierce hair.
Fierce hair, fierceness or fierce hair.
Nice.
Yeah.
The first St. Patrick's Day parade took place in America.
Okay.
It's not like the first place that celebrated St. Patrick's Day. It's just the first place
parade.
that parade. Yeah, and it was held on March 17th in 1601 in St. Augustine, Florida, which is a great spot. If
1601.
anybody's ever been to St. Augustine, it's a really cool historic spot.
1601.
1601. Yeah, and a parade. And my last little
Do you
nugget
know
of
what town has the largest? It did. Now, this is a little bit of older trivia. It could stand true. Somebody wants to fact check me, feel free. I'm not claiming I know everything.
Okay.
But at one point in time, the largest St. Patrick's Day celebration in the United States. Any guesses what city?
in the
Chicago.
Boston.
Savannah, Georgia.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they had
They
they had
have a
this
huge celebration
huge
there. I
celebration.
should have thought of that.
Yeah. But beat more people than New York and Chicago and all these other places where you would think
Right.
there was all these Irish folks.
You never been to it?
No, I have not.
No, it's crazy. They party along the river there.
I've never gone to any like big St. Patrick's Day parades or anything like that. Although in my house, St. Patrick's Day is kind of a big deal because my mom is Irish Catholic, and just growing up, kind of around that culture and hearing it, I know a lot of the stories and a lot of the history. But usually in my house, my mom would make some kind of traditional Irish meal.
Right.
We usually have like corned beef and cabbage, or sometimes they do salmon and potatoes and all kinds of different bread and stuff like that.
And then that's the perfect segue right there. Because
Go
my
ahead.
last fact is about corned beef and cabbage.
Okay.
All right. So corned beef and cabbage is an American innovation.
Right.
So what? So ham and cabbage was eaten in Ireland, and the cheaper substitute for the immigrants in America was the corned beef, and what they would do is they would purchase a leftover corned beef from the ships returning from the China trade, and they would boil off the beef. I'm sorry, they would boil the beef 3 times with the last time they'd put in cabbage to remove some of the brine.
Yeah,
So that's kind of how they got that.
Yeah, the that's how you make a corned beef. You brine it with salt water brine and different spices, and you do have to rinse that off. And I would imagine if it was traveling around on a ship from China, it was probably pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our facts for our St. Patty's Day facts right there. And so, like I said, the blog I do, or I have, or whatever you want to call it, is what's going down in Boyertown. That's on jeffknowsboyertown.com. You can go there to the website. And so we'll get to some events that are happening tonight. Usually I kind of tell you what's happening this week, but since it's St. Patty's Day,
Right.
people still want to go out. It's only 7 o'clock almost. What time
Yeah,
is
it's
it?
6:56.
It's
sir.
6:56. It's like, it's just about people are just getting ready to go out, and there's places open now.
Yes.
You can go out and celebrate. Just be smart, be safe,
Yeah.
all that good stuff, and be safe driving home too. But the
Your
Valley
is that your
Hotel.
family out there.
No, that was actually Jay the barber.
Okay.
He's been trying to bring his kids up.
We just had a Jay the Barber drive-by.
Yeah, walk by.
Walk by.
Proving once again that downtown Boyertown is very walkable.
That's
Very
right.
walkable. It's a beautiful night tonight. It's not even that cold. So the Valley Hotel is having their big bash. Their
Finnegan's Irish Week.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they took out the Finnegans,
Did
but
they?
it's still called the Irish Wake. They're calling it the mini Irish Wake this year
Okay.
because they're not putting the big tent up and they're not trying to get a bajillion people in there
Yeah.
like they normally have.
But
Hey, they opened at I think 11 today and it's going till 12. They're having music, drinks, Irish food, of course. DJ is what their music is, and they're all wearing their kilts. So the kilts are back again for I don't know how many years they've been doing this.
so do you know the whole story about the wake, the Irish wake, and the guy who lays in the coffin? You
The
know
true
what
story?
No, this is true. It's
Oh, the
part
true
of
story.
it's
Yeah, the
part
true
of the
story, the
Irish
part-
wake.
yeah.
So you
Yeah,
know what you're
kind of-
supposed to do with the guy who lays in the coffin, right?
Make them laugh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you can tell a joke funny enough to make the guy in the coffin laugh, then you win a prize or
Right.
whatever else. Now, usually people take turns laying in the coffin.
Yeah.
There are some stories of people actually putting a real dead guy in the coffin and having people try to tell jokes.
But not at the Valley.
Not at the back.
Yeah.
And there's a real Irish folk song called Finnegan's
Yeah?
Finnegan's Wake. It's called Finnegan's Wake.
Right.
You can look that up. I was listening
It's a
to
whole
it on
story.
YouTube.
I think it's a story.
It's a whole story,
Yeah.
but it's a folk song.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. There's a bar called Finnegan's Wake in Philadelphia too.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
That place used to get mobbed on.
I was there for it.
yeah, where you?
Yeah.
That place
I didn't
got
like
out
it.
of control.
I like the Valley.
There were some riots
Valley's
that
out of control.
started at the one in Philly. Well, I used to work in Philadelphia,
Oh,
and
yeah?
I just remember all the mayhem that place caused on St.
Oh
Patrick's
man,
Day.
it was crazy when I was
Insane.
there. Yeah. So Kelsey O'Shea's in Douglasville is having Killing Clark play. Why can't I say it's Killing Clark play from 5 to 8 today? So only an hour left. You can get in your car now. Keep on listening to us till the end of the show. Get there and get your Irish going. Killing Clark is. Remember we had Kim Killing in
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
That was
4
about
weeks
3
ago?
weeks ago. She was representing Vuja Day.
Yep, and she also has her Irish duo called
Yes,
Killing Clark.
Killing Clark.
Yep. So they're playing, and they're playing from 5 to 8, but I'm sure they're open till 12. I'm sure they're doing Irish all night long.
Sure.
Yeah. And they did a free show on Facebook on Sunday, and I listened to that, and they're spectacular. So
I went on their Facebook page. There is a lot of music posted up there on the Vuja Day
Yeah.
Facebook page as well. Check them out.
definitely. Also, just a side note, Kim and Paul,
Yes.
which is her duo, is playing at the Grind this Friday from 8 to 11.
Nice.
Yeah. Creekside Sports Bar and Grill, they have a Shot of Southern playing for St. Patty's Day. It is their St. Patty's Day bash, but it's not really an Irish band playing.
Well, maybe they're doing some bluegrass or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They said 75% country and 25% Irish or something like that is
Okay.
what they're advertising it. But anyway, they're having Irish food and drink specials and green beer. So
Right.
you can go there. JJ Radigan's in Pottstown. You know JJ Radigan's, right?
I do know J.J.
Yeah.
Radigan's. I'm friends with some of the owners of that establishment.
They are having Dylan McGuire play and also Sean Royal. And they're starting their music at 6 and they're going all the way till 12 o'clock.
I left from High Street to come up here to Philadelphia Avenue in Boyertown. I went from Main Street to Main Street.
Right.
And I saw a crowd
There's
of
a crowd there?
revelers starting to head into J.J. Radigan's. That was about 5 o'clock.
Saw lots of green going in there.
Lots of green, and they had clearly come from one of our other fine establishments. It looked like they might have walked down from Jack Cassidy's, which is
Nice.
the Irish bar at the corner of High and Kime Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Mackey's in Douglasville. They have Tucker Michaels playing from
Where's
7 to 10.
Mackey's in
Mackey's is
Douglasville?
right down 562.
Okay.
And
The Earlville post office used to be in that same little strip at
Yeah.
Old Airport Road.
it was called that Flying Dog.
Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So they have their Irish music playing tonight with Tucker Michaels. I think it's Irish music. I'm not 100% sure. But 7 to 10, they're having their Irish bash there as well.
Nice.
So that spreads it out pretty good. So to wherever you're watching from,
Yeah, you should
in the
be
whole
able to get something.
area, there's a place to go for you if you want to go out.
Nice.
So that's what we got. Of course, my blog will have all that's happening this upcoming week. It comes out every Thursday, and I will have the whole week. See what's happening in and around Boyertown, right?
Nice.
What's going down in Boyertown, and that's what I have for you today.
nice.
All right,
Good.
let's wrap things up.
Let's wrap things up. So here's what's going on with me. I'm going home and I'm grabbing some corned beef and I'm taking some. I prefer Murphy's Irish Stout, to be
Okay.
honest with you. So I'm going to stop at the Raiders and get some Murphy's Irish Stout.
If
Go
they have any
home.
left.
If they have any, they'll have some.
Okay.
If they not, I'll get one of the 5 billion cans of Guinness that they're making every day, right? Isn't that the
Right.
number you gave us?
Right.
Like 5 gazillion jillion or something?
It was something like that. Yeah,
something
just
like
to round
that.
it off.
Just round, yeah, close enough. So I'm gonna go get some Murphy's and then have some corned beef with my mom, my Irish Catholic mother.
I am actually having some corned beef and cabbage as well. And I
Nice.
it's waiting at home for me. I think my family ate early, but they'll have a nice plate for me to warm up when I get home.
Couple more Guinea,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and you'll be good.
And probably tell more do. I used to work at the Bally Hotel.
Oh yeah, Tullamore.
Old man Finnegan
Yeah,
owned the Bally Hotel. And
I was
that
friends
was
with
his
his
drink.
son.
He would drink nothing else
Else.
besides Tullamore Dew.
No.
So I have that in my bar at home for him. So I'll
Kill-
do a shot for him tonight because he's
yeah.
not alive.
Killian's Irish Red's not bad. I prefer Murphy's, and I also like Harp.
Harp, yeah.
I like Harp.
Was my husband the one that said about Killian?
Yes.
I knew it because I was going to say that was his favorite.
That's his favorite.
Yeah.
All right.
I like Killian's.
So
Yeah.
here, the cast at Glocker, we cover Boyertown and Boyertown events. We've been sitting here with the Peppermint Stick, Rachel from the Peppermint Stick, 26 East Philadelphia Avenue in the lovely borough of Boyertown. Come down and check out what she has going on.
And we learned a lot from Rachel.
Tons of stuff. We had a great conversation. Again, if you want to get on the show, just send us an email, jen@glocker.com. We will work with you to get your business or organization onto the show. We'll come do an interview with you, or you can come to our office and do an interview with us in the conference room. I am coming up on a very important milestone for my other podcast, my other live stream.
What milestone is this?
1 year anniversary
Wow,
of the
yeah.
Porchcast Pottstown. It's hard to believe.
Yeah,
It's flown by.
yeah.
So tomorrow night at Pub, Pottstown United Brewing Company, which is on High Street, right across the street from the very
Another
best hot
great
dog store.
establishment.
Very nice brew pub. They have great beer and unbelievably good food. Adam Burke is the owner of that establishment, and he has allowed us to live stream our 1 year anniversary special from Pottstown United Brewing
That's
Company.
awesome.
We're going to be going.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're going to be going live at 5.
Live at 5.
come on down. If you come and watch the show and you order a beer while we're on the air, you get a free Porchcast Pottstown sticker.
Oh, that's a deal.
Come down and...
Because you know you're going to order a beer anyway.
You're going to order a beer.
So you get a sticker,
Now
too.
you get a sticker with it.
And slap that on your car, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
We're also going to have some other stuff and some surprises, and we're going to be talking about all things Pottstown. So at the Cast at Glocker, we talk all things Boyertown, Porchcast Pottstown, all things Pottstown. We're trying to cover a good 10-15-mile radius between Pottstown and
I think we do a good job at it, too.
We're doing good, I think. If we pat ourselves on the back.
Why not?
So come and check us out if you're so inclined, or tune in. We are on YouTube, Porchcast Pottstown on YouTube, and you can also find the show, Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate. That's my Facebook page. Tune in tomorrow, 1-year anniversary. That's what I have going down.
Find me at Jeff at Glocker. I'd be happy to help you with that, whatever your needs are. Whatever. Real estate needs.
Real estate needs.
I'll get a little more specific.
Right. Well, you're a good carpenter and a builder. So if somebody had some construction questions, you could certainly help them out.
Questions I can answer.
You're not taking on any jobs.
I'm not taking on any jobs now. But I'd be happy to help.
Give some advice.
Give advice, yeah.
Rachel, anything else for the good of the order?
Sure. Of course, if you want to come and visit me, it's 26 East Philadelphia Avenue. We also have a Facebook page. It's the Peppermint Stick Candy Store. Instagram, it's _peppermint_stick. And then we also have a TikTok.
TikTok.
So, yeah.
It's all the cool kids are doing.
That's right. We are cool here. so thank you guys so much for having me. I had a great
Thank you
time.
for being on, and thank you for having us here.
Sure.
Yeah.
No problem. Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and comment. It helps us get the word out. We will see you next Wednesday at 6 o'clock on the Cast at Glocker. Thanks for tuning in,
Happy
folks.
St. Patty's Day.